Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today, and welcome to our webinar presentation discussing the many benefits that our Career Services Office has for our alumni. If this is your first webinar, welcome, and I'd like to quickly just introduce myself. My name is Amanda Henty, and I am the Alumni Professional Development Coordinator here at St. Louis University. I started my role in July of 2015, and since then, I've been working on establishing and strengthening alumni professional development programming, and this webinar series is a part of that initiative. So over the years so far, I've had many alumni at different points reach out to me for career information and not realize that our Career Services Office here at SLU has a lot to offer. And as alumni, you have benefits for life. So today we're here with Corey Wagner, one of our career counselors, who's going to talk to you about all the benefits that you all have as alumni. Welcome, Corey.
Okay, thank you, Amanda. Hi, everybody. Like Amanda said, my name is Corey Wagner. I've been at SLU for about 8 to 9 months now, so I'm getting the hang of it here and wanted to share some of the resources that are available to alumni that for some of you this might be a reminder. Some of you might have not had any idea that these services were available. So we thought it might be helpful to go through what some of those are. Okay, wonders of technology. All right, so first question, as Amanda said, all alumni of St. Louis University are eligible for career service assistance for life. So yes, no matter what program you came from, no matter what level, we're available to help in lots of different ways for graduates of all different areas. So yes, that includes you. So some of the services that are available would include individual appointments with a career counselor. That is probably one of the most common type of way we work with alumni is through individual appointments. And we'll talk a little bit more in a few slides about why alumni tend to want to work with a career counselor, different reasons you might want to come in for that. Another thing that a lot of alumni are not aware of is that they have access to different resources that you also had access to, as some of you, more recent alum, would have had access to as students while they were here at SLU. So we'll go through how to get access to some of those resources and show you a few and explain a little bit about how those could benefit you. And then the third thing we'll talk just briefly about are a lot of alumni have questions regarding whether or not they are able to attend different fairs sponsored by the university. And yes, alumni can attend the career fairs that we host, as well as a lot of the different professional networking events as well. So some of the reasons you may want to talk to a career counselor would just depend on sort of the spot you're at in your career life, I guess we could say. So, recent alumni are going to have different needs than alumni who have been out, for 10, 20, 30 years. And we do see all of that range. So that's not uncommon. So depending on where you're at, you could benefit from, a variety of the ones listed here, as well as other things that may come up and you just aren't sure what you need. That happens more often than you might think as well. And we're happy to help with any of these things. So resume and cover letter writing for a lot of alumni, that's just cleaning up, if you've been in a position for a while, or if you're sort of looking at advancement or redirection, getting some assistance in making your resume and cover letter more suitable for the direction you're heading. That's a lot of what we do with alumni and can be really helpful, especially for those who are switching into, maybe taking a little bit of a turn in their career, trying something new, or just not sure how to properly market themselves for the experience that they have. So that can be something that, not a lot of people have a ton of practice in doing that if they've been in the same position or the same company for many years. So we can be helpful to alumni in that regard. The other thing that often happens for those who are considering redirection or a major career change is that they're finding that it's just not the right fit. The career that they thought they wanted is not making them as happy as they think they could be. Perhaps they're not using the strengths they know they have in a way that they think is helpful. So for any of you who are sort of questioning that, there are different personality strengths and interest assessments. We can also talk about things like values if it's just not feeling like the right fit. That's a conversation we often have with alumni as well. Other things such as interview practice, that's something that people who are switching fields might be interested in as well. And then some other things that are more resource based. We have a lot of information on resources that can be helpful for job search, like company research, things like that. The internet is as big as it is, has a lot of crazy things out there, but also has a lot of really helpful things that can be good tools for you if you're researching salary ranges. We'll talk about that a little bit more, and other things related to job searches. Professional networking and social media, that's something that, in the last 10 to 15 years has grown into a huge animal. And so if that's not something that was a part of your job search the first time around, we can help you navigate that new landscape, which is really a huge part of the job search process these days. So that's something we can definitely be of assistance with. Salary and offer negotiation, we have a lot of people who come in to talk about that because they're just not sure of the right way to go about those conversations. So those are conversations that we can have with you to help you navigate those situations. And then the last thing listed there, help utilizing Handshake. We'll talk more about Handshake. It is the university's job and internship posting board. So we can talk about how you get access to that towards the end. Oh, okay. We'll talk about Handshake right now. So like I mentioned, Handshake is what the university uses to post any jobs and internships, including on-campus positions for current students. So that's a search tool, and it's used by more than 17,000 employers. So that's a crazy amount of employers. This is a company that has grown very, very quickly, and many universities and many employers are using Handshake. I would say it's probably one of the top job posting boards out there right now. So SLU is very involved with Handshake. We have a lot of employers who are posting through there. You can see 100+ jobs added every day. So there's a lot to look at. And a lot of people assume that those are just positions in St. Louis because that's where we are, but this is a nationwide job posting system. So not only are there employers from thousands of companies, but there's also those companies can choose who they're posting these positions to. So we have some employers who post maybe just for St. Louis University students, others who would post for any student. So it is a very large system. As far as these systems go, however, it's very easy to navigate. I've used several different sort of job portals in my previous positions, and this is by far the most user-friendly one that I've come across. And within it, it includes a resume review feature, meaning that every resume that gets uploaded into that system is reviewed by a career counselor in career services before they're able to submit that application. So that is something that we do for all levels of current student and alumni. So we will give feedback on those. We will automatically approve them if they're attached to applications. So if you're on a time crunch and there might be things that a few counselors would suggest you change, that application will still go through because we don't want you to miss out on the opportunity. But we might still give feedback to help you with applications down the road. So to get access to that account, as alumni, you might not automatically see that or have access to that any longer, but you simply just email handshake@slu.edu and include your graduation year, and then an account will be set up for you and you'll be contacted back to get that going. So there are several additional resources that we find really helpful with not only students but alumni as well. There's different ways you can be involved in these, using these different resources. So Vault and Glassdoor have some similarities, and I will show you briefly, if I can get out of here, what those kind of look like and what they, oh, okay. So Vault, if you're someone who's considering a career redirection or a change, specifically if you're looking to research companies, this is a really helpful tool because you can search by all different means. So Vault has a lot of top, like top 100 law firms, top 10 marketing companies, top, just tons and tons of these top ranked company lists. So you can search and find out, what are the employers that are sort of the best, being ranked the best at this moment in time. The other thing you can do within Vault is do some salary research. However, I actually find that Glassdoor, which is another, which I need to get out of that. Maybe it won't let me. Okay, well, that's what Glassdoor looks like. We can't get in there right now, but what you can do is set up an account, put in a little bit about your current level of experience, and then your location and your industry, and it will give you basic sort of benchmarking so that you can see where you should be salary-wise, which then gives you more power to negotiate down the road. So that that has actually been a really helpful tool for a lot of students and alumni in the past. Go back to presentation. Okay, so Vault and Glassdoor, not unlike the rest of these, are the kinds of resources that you really just have to get in and play around with them, try different searches to find the information you need. But if that's something that you're using and you have questions about, or you're not getting the answers you need, you can feel free to contact us and we can help with that as well. Going Global is a website for those interested in working abroad. So, if you are an alum who is interested in, maybe you worked domestically for a while, but you really would like to travel more and see the world, there has a lot of good information on that website about how you start that process, which countries are safe, how you make that happen if you're interested in going abroad. SLU Visors is something that some of you may actually be involved in already. That is a system that connects alumni mentors to current students. So this would be more on the alumni end if you are interested in providing guidance and mentorship to an undergraduate student here at SLU. You could sign up for that, and there's lots of different parameters that you would set up within that so that the students can connect with you and learn about what you do day to day. Interview Stream is fairly new. There's a big push lately to do video interviewing, and a lot of times they're pre-recorded, where you may have one attempt to do it, you may have multiple, but Interview Stream allows you to practice questions and answers so that you can be more prepared for those. And careerspots.com has just some basic videos and sort of testimonials about different careers and what those careers are like. So that is a compilation of the most helpful resources for alumni that we have available, other than simply working with a career counselor in person. Speaking of in person, so because we live in a digital world, we do not expect for an alum in California to come to St. Louis to meet with us. So we have ways to assist you in using lots of different means. So we can have phone appointments, Skype appointments. A lot of what we do with alumni is done via email because a lot of it has to do with document review anyway. But I would say the majority of my alumni meetings are over the phone. All right, and I think we're to the last slide already. So to make an appointment, there's two ways you can do that. You can call the number listed, or you can email career and it's _services@slu.edu, and that calling that number or emailing that will connect you with the right career counselor depending on your needs, and that will get you taken care of. So thank you, Amanda. I think that's all I have.
Yeah, thank you, Corey, for your presentation and helpful information for our alumni. And thank you for tuning in and listening to this webinar. And we hope you can join us for future presentations. Have a great day.